Ever wonder, what truly separates those brilliant minds, the geniuses, from everyone else?
Yeah, it's a question that has fascinated people for centuries, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's not always just raw talent or some, privileged upbringing.
You're absolutely right. When you dig into the lives of these exceptional individuals, you find it often comes down to, well, how they think specific mental habits they've cultivated.
Almost like secret weapons of the mind hacks, to use a popular term.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. The mental strategies that geniuses have used to achieve incredible levels of focus, creativity, and problem solving.
And the exciting part is you listening in, this isn't just theoretical.
Absolutely. These aren't just abstract concepts. We're going to break down practical techniques.
Techniques that anyone can apply to improve their own thinking starting today.
We're talking about literally transforming the way you think.
Sounds pretty good, right? So for this deep dive, we've got 7 of these potent mind hacks lined up.
Ready to reshape our mental landscape.
All right, let's get them on the table. First up, the Einstein pause. Then we'll explore the Da Vinci notebook method, followed by the 5-minute curiosity rule.
And we can't forget Elon Musk's famous first principles thinking.
Right, and then there's the 90-minute focus block, the power of productive boredom, and wrapping up with the nighttime visualization technique.
Quite the mental toolkit we've assembled, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So let's kick things off with perhaps the most iconic thinker of our time, Albert Einstein, and his rather intriguing habit of pausing.
Now, the Einstein pause might sound like, well, just taking a break.
But it's more than that, isn't it? It's not just procrastination.
Precisely. You see, when Einstein faced a particularly challenging problem, he wouldn't always immediately try to force a solution.
Instead, he'd intentionally step back, sometimes for extended periods.
Almost as if he was doing nothing, right?
Right. But this deliberate pause wasn't about idleness. What we've learned from various sources is that it was a period of profound internal reflection.
It was about letting his mind fully engage with the complexity of the problem, to mull it over from different angles.
Without the pressure of needing an instant answer, like letting a stew simmer.
Precisely. It's not about rushing the process. Sometimes the most brilliant breakthroughs occur in those moments of silence, when we allow our minds to wander.
So what's the takeaway for our listeners? How can they harness the power of the pause?
Well, the next time you find yourself struggling with a problem, resist that urge to immediately Google it or keep hitting your head against the wall.
Right. Step back.
Exactly. Give yourself permission to pause, to process, even if it feels unproductive initially. Let your mind simmer.
It's almost counterintuitive in our fast-paced world, isn't it?
It is, but often those moments of stillness are where the real magic happens.
Our next mind hack comes from another giant, a true Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci. We're talking about the Da Vinci notebook method. These weren't just casual doodles, were they?
Absolutely not. Da Vinci was an avid note-taker, famously carrying notebooks everywhere he went. They became a treasure trove of his thoughts and observations.
It said he filled them with everything from detailed sketches of his inventions.
To meticulous scientific observations of nature, even jotting down his dreams.
Fascinating. It was almost like having an external hard drive for his brain.
And the power of this method, as we understand it, lay in how it facilitated the cross-pollination of ideas.
Meaning?
Think about it. He'd have anatomical sketches right next to ideas for flying machines. By constantly recording thoughts across diverse fields, like art, science, anatomy, engineering.
Ah, so an idea from one area could spark inspiration in another.
Precisely. It's about making those unexpected connections that you might miss otherwise.
So for our listeners, the actionable takeaway here is to start their own genius journal.
Right. Doesn't have to be fancy. A digital document, a simple notepad. The key is having a dedicated space for capturing those fleeting thoughts.
Without judgment, without censorship, just let it flow.
Exactly. Don't overthink it. Just start recording. You might be amazed at what emerges when you revisit your notes later.
Now on to a next mind hack. This one's about maintaining that childlike curiosity, that constant thirst for knowledge.
It's what we call the 5-minute curiosity rule. And a prime example is the brilliant physicist Richard Feynman.
Feynman, despite being deeply immersed in the complex world of physics, made a conscious effort to explore areas outside his field.
It said he would dedicate just 5 minutes each day to learning something completely new.
5 minutes. Sounds almost too easy.
It might seem deceptively simple, but the impact can be profound. Research in neuroscience suggests that even brief exposure to novelty can activate the brain's reward system.
Ah, so it makes us more receptive to learning new things.
Exactly. By consistently engaging with new information, even in small doses, we essentially keep our minds agile, more open to those aha moments.
So the challenge for our listeners is to adopt this 5-minute curiosity rule. Spend just 5 minutes each day exploring something outside your comfort zone.
Anything that piques your interest. Read a random science fact, learn a few words in a new language, explore a different genre of music.
The key, as with most things, is consistency. Those 5 minutes, day after day, can have a significant cumulative effect on your thinking.
It's about cultivating a habit of lifelong learning, of constantly expanding your mental horizons.
Moving from curiosity to a very specific problem-solving technique, let's talk about Elon Musk's first principles thinking. Musk, known for disrupting multiple industries, seems to have this approach at the core of his success.
First principles thinking is essentially about breaking down problems to their most fundamental truths, their bare bones, so to speak.
So rather than relying on analogies or conventional solutions, you start from scratch, from those undeniable basic principles.
Precisely. By stripping away assumptions and preconceived notions, you can build truly innovative solutions. You're not limited by the way things have always been done.
Isn't there a risk of reinventing the wheel if you disregard all existing solutions?
There's always that possibility. But the focus is on truly understanding the why behind things.
So the next time our listeners face a tough decision, try applying this approach. Ask yourself, what are the absolute fundamental truths here?
What are the non-negotiable facts? Then build your strategy from there, and you might be surprised by the novel solutions that emerge.
Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about structuring our time and attention for maximum effectiveness. This is where the 90-minute focus block comes in.
Research suggests that our brains naturally function in roughly 90-minute cycles of high focus.
And many highly productive individuals throughout history, like Nikola Tesla and Carl Jung, seem to have worked in sync with these natural rhythms.
They intuitively understood that trying to force focus beyond these cycles leads to diminishing returns.
Right, so the 90-minute focus block is about leveraging these natural peaks in our cognitive energy.
It's about dedicating ourselves to intense, distraction-free work sessions for 90 minutes, followed by a break.
And how can our listeners put this into practice?
It's simple, really. Set a timer for 90 minutes, turn off all those digital distractions, emails, notifications, the whole shebang, and focus solely on a single task.
Easier said than done in today's hyper-connected world, but the payoff can be huge.
You'd be amazed at how much you can achieve in a focused 90-minute burst compared to hours of scattered attention.
Now let's explore a mind hack that might seem counterintuitive in our always-on culture: the power of productive boredom. We're not talking about mindless scrolling through social media, are we?
Not at all. This is about intentionally carving out time for your mind to simply be, to wander freely without external stimulation.
Like Steve Jobs taking those long, silent walks.
Exactly. It's about giving your mind the space and quiet it needs to make those unexpected connections, to process information on a deeper level.
It's almost like a form of active meditation.
In a way, it is. When we bombard our brains with constant stimulation, we don't give them the downtime they need to process and synthesize.
So how can our listeners embrace productive boredom?
Schedule short periods of deliberate inactivity. Start with just 15 minutes a day. Disconnect from all screens and noise, and simply allow your mind to wander.
It's a powerful way to tap into our subconscious creativity and often leads to unexpected insights.
And that's the beauty of it. Sometimes the most brilliant ideas arise when we least expect them, when we allow our minds to be still.
And finally, let's discuss a mind hack that leverages the power of our subconscious as we're winding down for the day.
This is the nighttime visualization technique, famously practiced by Thomas Edison.
The idea is to consciously focus on a specific problem or challenge right before sleep.
As we drift off, our conscious minds relax and our subconscious takes over by focusing on the problem just before sleep.
We're essentially priming our subconscious to continue working on it as we sleep.
Precisely. It's like setting an intention for your dreams. And here's the key.
Instead of simply visualizing the desired outcome,
Focus on visualizing the process of solving the problem or achieving the goal.
it's like mentally rehearsing the journey, not just the destination. And this is surprisingly effective in activating our subconscious problem-solving abilities.
You might be surprised at the solutions that emerge when you wake up the next day.
So there you have it, folks. 7 powerful mind hacks gleaned from some of history's brightest minds. And the best part? They're all available to you.
It's not about possessing some inherent genius. It's about consciously incorporating these habits into your daily routine.
And the takeaway here is that genius is not some fixed, unattainable quality.
It's a mindset, a collection of learned habits that anyone can cultivate.
So why not experiment with these techniques? You might just unlock a whole new level of thinking within yourself. Who knows what brilliant ideas are waiting to be discovered?
That's the exciting part. It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery and pushing the boundaries of our own potential.
And that's what makes this whole exploration of mind hacks so fascinating.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we all have the capacity for brilliance within us.
We just need to find the right tools to unlock it. So until next time, keep those minds sharp, keep exploring, keep pushing those boundaries, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next Einstein, Da Vinci, or Musk.
The world is full of possibilities waiting to be discovered.
It certainly is. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.
Until then, keep those minds curious and engaged.